If I knew then what I know now, Troy Davis would not be on death row. The verdict would be not guilty.
Troy Davis was convicted of killing a police officer. He's been on death row since 1991, and although he was convicted and sentenced to death, there's no physical evidence in his case.
Police officer Mark McPhail was working an off-duty job here. He was providing security at night for this bus station and for this Burger King restaurant that is currently out of business. There was a homeless man in this parking lot who was being harassed and intimidated. He yelled for help. The officer ran over, and seconds later, Officer Mark McPhail was shot and killed. The man who admitted to harassing the homeless person went to police the next day and told them he saw Troy Davis shoot the officer.
Sylvester, or Red Coles as he was known, came to the police the day after the shooting of Officer McPhail. He came to the police precinct with a lawyer and he identified Troy Davis as the shooter. The police believed Red Coles and began to focus entirely on Troy Davis as the suspect.
It's curious that the police didn't examine the motivations of Sylvester Coles.
Red Coles was known to have a .38, the same weapon that was used to shoot Officer McPhail, and was known to have it in his possession within half an hour of the shooting. And even though the police knew that, they never looked for the gun.
Several of them, Coles was behaving erratically that night, changed his clothing, asked individuals to provide cover for him.
Sylvester Coles
Yes.
came up to you after the shooting and said, "Will you hold my gun?"
Will I hold my? Yes, sir.
And did you think he did the shooting?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask him?
No, but
How
the
come?
way he was acting, I was scared.
You were scared to ask him?
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared of him. Still scared of him now, but
Today you're scared of
yes,
him?
sir.
There is no credible evidence outside of these witnesses' testimony. When the witnesses recant that testimony, there's no case left.
Darrell Collins is one of the prosecution witnesses who signed a police statement implicating Troy Davis.
And I told them over and over that I didn't see this happen. They put what they wanted to put in that statement.
A former prison inmate, she writes, "I was scared that if I didn't cooperate with the detective, then he might find a way to have me locked up again. So I told the detective that Troy Davis was the shooter, even though the truth was that I didn't see who shot the officer." A witness named Jeffrey Sapp now writes, "The police came and talked to me and put a lot of pressure on me to say Troy did this. They made it clear that the only way they would leave me alone is if I told them what they wanted to hear."
If 7 out of 9 witnesses have changed their testimonies, then most of the evidence for the case is gone. If the evidence is different, then the jurors' decisions would be different too.
Sign a petition. It will save a person's life.